Good morning, student. Welcome to the next class, that is second class of the chapter Current Electricity. I hope you have just done your homework and repeated or revised your class 10th material. So yesterday we were talking about the current electricity when the charge is at motion. The charge is moving. So in that we are talking about the charges is moving and charges are just in motion. So here again I am drawing a conductor in which just I have applied a electric field. Now what exactly happens when electric field is applied? Then the electrons start to move. Yes, so when electron is moving, it must be having some velocity. Yes, now this velocity is just strikes with this electron just strikes with the kernels. Now you know what is kernel? When from the atom an electron is taken out from the atom, when this electron is taken out, the remaining part of the atom is known as kernel. Okay, now what will happen with this kernel? When electron will move, it will just strike with its kernel, it will colloid with this kernel, and after collision it will again regain its velocity and then proceed forward. So this way a velocity gets generated over here, which is known as Vd, known as drift velocity. Which is this called? Drift velocity. Velocity with which the electrons are drifted towards the positive end of the conductor. Now this battery does not apply charges. What just battery do? It sucks the electron towards itself. Okay, it sucks the electron towards itself. Now when these electrons, when these velocities are moving, when these electrons are moving, every electron is having its own velocity, its own initial and its own final velocity. Yes, and cell is a source of energy. What cell do? Cell just stops the accumulation of charges. Here when the battery was not there, charge was getting accumulated. Yes, so now what these battery is doing? Charge is accumulated, and now what battery is doing? Just battery is stopping the accumulation of charge. Now why the charge is getting accumulated? This we have studied in electrostatics. You can see here, just I am taking a quick review what is happening. You know, charge is always moving. Charge can move through the thermal energy because of thermal energy, and when charge is moving in the conductor, yes, at this end what happens? Charge gets accumulated at these points, and then when this battery is applied, the accumulation of charges stops and charges starts to move towards the next end of the conductor. Yes. Now it seems that electron will move with acceleration. Yesterday we have taken the value of acceleration. Mode of acceleration E upon m. We have taken from the value F is equals to ma. So this was a value of acceleration of electron when it will move in a conductor. So it seems that electron will move with acceleration and its velocity will keep on increasing. Yes, but it does not happen because it strikes with the kernel. I told you the kernels are the remaining part of the electron, the remaining part of the atom from which electron is taken out. Due to continued collision with the kernels, velocity of electrons keep on decreasing. Overall, electron moves with a constant small velocity. Yes, and which is in the direction opposite to the external electric field. Yes, so this velocity we call as drift velocity. What we call as drift velocity. So today we will be doing the derivation for drift velocity. Yes, drift meaning of drift is exactly in Hindi is ghisatna. Yes, electron is just getting drifted towards this next end of the conductor. Okay, derivation for drift velocity, and it will come as Vd is equals to EM tau average. Yes, now what is this tau? It is a relaxation time. So how we will just study about the tau? See, listen, Here E was a E electron. Just we are doing a macroscopic study. Yes, a study of a very fine particle. So what is happening here? Electron just moved. Yes, then it got strike with the kernel. Yes, so when it strike with the kernel, again it reached to its initial velocity. Yes, from here electron again regained its velocity and again striken with another kernel. Okay, so this velocity in which it was moving is known as finite velocity. That can also be known as drift velocity. So time between two successive collision is known as tau. We call as tau. Can also be known as relaxation time. Relaxation time means the electron is getting relaxed. Electron is relaxing in this period as it is not colliding with any other electron. Yes, it happens with other also. See, it was another electron. It got strike with the kernel. It got initial velocity u2. Again, it was having v2. Final velocity striking with the other kernel, and relaxation time was t2. And this path which electron covered is known as lambda. Yes, the path which is covered is known as lambda. Can also be known as free path, in which what is there? There is no kernel to colloid. Relaxation time and the free path, they both terms is used in between the collision. Yes, tau is a relaxation time where no collision will take place between electron and kernel. Okay. Now let us draw the diagram again. So here we will be deriving our next derivation. So let us draw the diagram. Here is again a conductor. Yes, and the electrons are moving. See, this is a stream of electron, you can say. They are moving with the velocity Vd. Yes. So if we talk about Vd, average, okay, so how many electrons are moving? There are n number of electrons. Yes. So how many number of velocity? See, this electron for E1 velocity is V1. For E2 velocity is V2. For En velocity is Vn. So how you will find the average? V1 plus V2 plus V3 dash 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 Vn upon n. Yes, it is a drift velocity. Now from the equation, V is equals to U plus AT. Remember, first equation of motion. It is first equation of motion, class 9th and 11th we have studied. Yes, so you can see here we have seen the initial velocity also, and you know it must, many electrons are moving, so they must be having initial velocity u1, u2 and dash 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 un. Yes, so here instead of V, what we can write? Vd. Yes, because this is drift velocity. And this u, instead of u, what we can write? u1 plus u2 dash 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 un upon n. Now instead of a, what we can write? Instead of this a, what is a? A is the acceleration we have taken out. Yes, if we will not take mod, it is A is equals to minus E upon m. Why it is minus? Because it is the negative direction of the electric field. It is not because of negative electron. It is due to the negative direction of the electric field. So just write down, instead of U we have written here, instead of A, write down minus E upon m. And what is this T? Tau is the relaxation time. So this T should also get average, you know, tau 1, tau 2. So if we write down the tau average is what? Tau 1 plus tau 2 dash 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 tau n upon n. So here also instead of T, what we can write? It is an average. So tau average, instead of time we can write tau average. Yes, now you know this whole quantity will get 0 because initial velocity is 0 of the electron. So Vd is equals to minus em tau average. So this is the derivation for drift velocity. So this is how we can derive the drift velocity. It is very easy derivation, and just it is linked with the tricky thing is that we have linked this with our first equation of motion. Now let us talk about, if we just want to find the drift velocity. In many questions you will get this only. In many questions in IIT, in JEE, even in the numericals, even the derivation for class 12, you will find this. But the next derivation which I am going to do, it is just a next part of this. I have not seen any papers in which this derivation was asked. Next one, but this derivation is asked many times in exams. So drift velocity, you know what is drift velocity? Velocity is equals to displacement upon time. So what is displacement here? Lambda. Yes. So lambda mean is a displacement, and what is time? It is the tau average. So drift velocity can also be written as lambda upon tau average. Yes. Now next one, what we will be doing, drift velocity in terms of L. Now we will be finding the drift velocity in terms of potential difference. Yes, if question comes, derive expression for drift velocity in terms of potential difference. Here, there we have not applied any battery. Now here we'll apply the battery. Now we have applied here battery. You can see a battery is here. Yes, so you can see it is the L is the length of the conductor, and electric field is given in this direction. Electron will move opposite to the direction of electric field, and it is the velocity V, drift velocity. Now we have potential in electrostatic. We have written this expression dV is equals to E dx, and this also del V is equals to E dot dx, E dot del x. It is a potential difference. Yes, so if we just, it is del V change, so if we remain the change, then E into dx means what is it? Length. Okay, so instead of length, what I can write? L. So it will come E is equals to V upon L. This expression we have studied in first part, that is electrostatic. dV is equals to E dx. We have derived it also. dV is equals to E dx, and del V is equals to E dot dx. Yes. Now, so from here what we got? Potential per unit length, E is equals to where, what is it? This is electric field. So V upon L. Now if we got the derivation there, what we got the derivation? ED is equals to, VD is equals to EEM tau average. Yes, so instead of E, what we can write? V upon L. So if we are writing E, instead of this E, we are writing V upon L. So it will turn into this form. Drift velocity in terms of potential difference. Got it? Stay tuned with this video. I hope you all are doing well and just learning the things which we are teaching you in your videos. Thank you.